This is the mount. This is one of the signature positions of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yes, other martial arts like judo and freestyle wrestling, they use it as well. But I think it's fair to say that they haven't developed it as much as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has. If I get here, I've shown a lot of domination. I've probably passed his guard, and I've probably held him in side mount and prevented his escape attempts. And then now I've mounted. And now if I hold this, I'm really basically showing him who's boss. Just like in the schoolyard. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training, you don't punch. But if you were punching, check this out. I can have gravity on my side. So I can really punch very, very heavily down. Also with ranging, if he's punching up and I'm punching down, my chin is way higher than his arm. And if we change position, he'd be able to hit me and I wouldn't be able to hit him. Unless he's got long, long arms like an orangutan, this is going to be true. Another thing is, even if my face was here, he can't really chamber his punch very effectively. The ground's in the way. So I can hit all the way from up here, and he can hit me from here. Yeah, it would hurt, it wouldn't be pleasant, but it's not going to knock me out, and I can knock him out. So let's look at some of the variables in knee mount. Some people call it knee on belly, and that's exactly what it is. You're taking your knee, you're putting it on the guy's belly. Where exactly does it go? On the belly is one good place, but you can also put it on the solar plex, and that makes it a bit harder for the guy to breathe. And if you want to be real mean, and if you've got a good grip, you can put it on the sternum. Be careful when you do that. You can break the ribs where they attach into the sternum, so save that one for somebody that you really don't like. The other place where you can put your knee and your shin is right across his hips, not high, but low. The reason you might go here is supposing you're going high and the guy's got really flexible legs and he's always bringing them up and he's always harassing you with them. If I put my shin across the line of his hips here, like this, it makes it a lot more difficult for him to bring his legs up into play, especially once I start bending him towards me here. That's what your knee is doing. What a lot of people miss is what this foot is doing. If I'm here and putting all my weight on my ball of the foot, there's no weight going on to Don. He can still talk fairly normally. Go through the ABCDs. ABCD.
ABCD.
Go ahead.
ABCD.
Go ahead.
ABCD.
See, as I lift this foot off the ground, it becomes harder and harder for him to talk. So you can either lift that off the ground or wrap it around his buttocks here. That cuts down on some of the other room that he can use to escape. Now the single biggest two mistakes that people make when they're doing knee mount, come back here please, is they'll stay down on this top knee. Turn a bit more. They're trying to do a knee mount like this. Generally speaking, this is not knee mount. This foot has to be up. This foot has to be up and bent, and this foot floats around to adjust to his weight. This is mistake number one. Mistake number two also has to do with this leg. There's way too much weight on this leg. Again, I want 90% of my body weight, so I'm 200 pounds, I want about 180 pounds of that going onto him through my knee. I want it to be difficult for him to talk. ABCD?
ABCD.
Right. If I've got all my weight on this foot here,
ABCD.
he can talk, no problem. And also that makes this foot heavy and difficult to adjust. Whereas if most of the weight's on here, I can float here. I can float and I can adjust. So this is a tough one to demo, and I really appreciate Don taking this abuse. That's what the legs are doing. The hands, there's different possibilities. The classic one is grabbing the sleeve and grabbing the collar, here and here, there. I pull him up, which does two things. It bends him, makes it harder for him to escape, and it increases the amount of weight that goes down onto him. The harder I pull, the more weight he has to take. So collar and sleeve, and I'm going to do it incorrectly here so that he doesn't take too much weight. Another common one is shoulder and knee here. And again, I'm trying to turn him into a banana. In no-gi, this is a fairly common variation of knee mount. Because of course you don't have the pants and the lapel to grip onto. Come under the head, come under the arm, put the knee on the belly, and then post up like this, here. Your body isn't as upright as it normally is, but you're still putting a lot of pressure onto him.